Generic greetings and welcome back to lovely Genericsville. This is the new road we put in just the other episode, and as you can see up the top, they've also got a bridge and a big load of windmills, which I'm assuming people are going to be complaining about, but I really don't know because, as I said in the last episode, right at the back end, this is recording straight after, so I really can't take your comments, feedback, suggestions for this one. But either way, I've put another mod in. I think it's the extra transit stuff. Essentially, it gives you just a boatload more roads, and this one here, as you can now see, is now a 3-laner. So we've got a 3-lane, one-way road all the way around. We can obviously change that to other ones as well. I mean, look at all the ones we've got. We've got loads of different types of roads, which is all good. We've also got pedestrian roads and different other... What the hell is that? Road maintenance? Yeah. Either way, we've got loads more roads and stuff, so we can change it all if we want to. What's that one there? Tiny roads. A tiny little road where if you want to have like a little section there, for example, like a tiny road, then you could, but very hesitant to do some of these ones because it can pretty much break it at times. Anyway, in last episode, as I said, we put this big road in all the way around and then down here. The plan for this episode is to get some more housing, or get some housing around here, because I think it'll look pretty cool, and probably expand over to that side. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand that side, I think, and then we'll continue the road all the way around. Now, what I want to do first is bring this road here. I want to actually drag it all the way through here and then connect up around to this section, because I think it'll be okay. But the problem is that it's going to be a very, very, very steep road, so we'll see if we can actually do that. So first things first, we will need to go demolish and then get rid of that structure there, which is... Was it a fire station? I should have really checked to see what it was first. Fire station, yes, it was a fire station. Going to move the fire station a little bit to the left there. And then what we want to do is delete some of these roads and some of these buildings, because we are going to plow this big sort of 6-lane road through it. So it is in, that's medium, it is 6-lane road, there we go. Right, so from here we will have a curvy road that goes pretty much straight through this area, and it's actually working out okay. I will turn snapping off because it really doesn't give us any... advantage here. Now, the slope is going to be very, very steep, but we can, if we want to, raise the road. Do we want to raise the road? We could raise it, but then would that not defeat the whole point in going down here in the first place? It probably would. I'm trying to think of the best solution for it. Maybe that's going underground. We don't want to go underground just yet, but we could do that. And then if we sort of curve round. I don't know what the best solution would be. See, it's too steep. Just do that. Could it not like there and there? Would it not curve round? Too steep. Too steep. Too steep. The solution would be to go back and forward and weave down it like most roads do. They don't just go straight down. They like, well, apart from here, like in San Francisco or whatever. But they make good games, like Drive and stuff. In fact, I think Drive San Francisco is a good game. I can't remember playing it for a long time. Do you want to go around here? We could go... Like, do we really want to do that? Like, up and round? We could just do that, back and forward, back and forward. Let's give it a go. So what we'll do from here, could be a little bit dodgy, there, and then around, and then across, and then underneath, and then down, and then there and around. When we're trying to go down, so have to alter this thing somewhat. And, oh, good grief, look at that. That seems about right. Let's have a look. It's going down. It's going down in the same sort of way I want it to, although it's causing a bit of an issue here. Don't know why. I think it's just the curve that we had. Let's see if we can make that a bit better. Yeah, it's still... Tell you what, we'll delete these. We could probably just go straight to there. That's much better. Although it's putting in these, like, different sections. It's okay. It's okay. Right, we'll continue going down. So, around. We're going to have to alter that bit of terrain, I think. Yeah, okay. Over to remove the terrain. We'll bring it... Bring it down. Carve it out a bit. There you go. Yep, that's carved out. Okay. A large brush tool and such. And then we will... Oh, large brush, should I say, on the tool. How are we going to curve round? Could bring it up again. Distance too short. The problem now is that, essentially... Well, we could bring it along there. And then around, perhaps? Nah, it's going to be too short again. I'm trying to think what the best solution is to bring that road down, and it's apparently not that. Maybe if we just continue a bit more on like so. There will be a way to get this road all the way down. It's just whether or not you would ever want to drive on the thing. And at the moment, that answer is a definite no. Look at the state of it. It's all over the place. There's no way we're getting that road down there. I cannot conceivably imagine. Although, what if we go another way? And like that. That does follow that thing all the way around, doesn't it? It does. Now the question, I'm going to pause it for a second, or it is paused, is can we raise the landscape up so that it joins up? So it doesn't look as silly. Because if we do that, then we're gold, really, because we'll cover all the struts, so it won't look as stupid. It does work. Okay, what I'll do, maximum strength on the tool, and then we'll just sort of do this all the way around, you see. And obviously we are altering the mountain, but for our needs, this is actually quite good. I mean, to be fair, I could have done the same over there without having to do all this, but this has actually made a better design, I think. There we go. And more strength in here. Well, I'll have to get rid of that. And then we'll have to get rid of that. We'll have to figure out another way to connect that up with power, but we'll care later. And all the way around here. That's too much, so we'll go down a bit. Undo, undo, undo. There we go. We don't want it too sculpted. We do want to look like it did exist before we cracked on. Just pave under the roads here. And see, that's too much on this side, so we'll smooth that bit out. A bit more up, I think. Alright. We'll go over here, and now the question is, do we want to do the same thing on this side and sort of essentially fill this entire thing in? Well, we could do. We'll do it to a certain extent anyway. There we go. Make it a little bit better. And you get to this point and it just starts... The moment it just sort of drops off, doesn't it? So I'll bring that road. I'll join that up to that. Not enough soil. I'll have to get some more. I'll have to mod that out, I think, because that is what we wanted. That works out. We need a bit more. We need more stuff there. I need the ability to actually keep on editing it. But I'm sure I can turn that on at some point. Right. So we actually have a road that goes all the way down. Not bad. Not exactly the place where I wanted it to go, but whatever. Right, let's continue on. So we'll continue curving this road around like so, and that's actually a bridge because I've still got the upper bit on. Hang on, delete. There we go. And I want to change the elevation to, well, none essentially. There we go. And I think because of the little ravine, we're going to get something in there anyway. Yeah, you got like a little ravine thing. I don't like that. I'll care about that later because we're not going to get that far anyway with all of that. Right, so obviously we've still got an issue with power here, so we will sort this out because this is our outlet for power. So I can easily just sort of drag the power up and to there. There we are. We can change that later on. And we'll unpause it and then we'll see what happens. So road goes all the way along around here. This is fine around here. Now what we need to do is sort of spur it off and have houses and stuff. Now what I wanted to do is smooth all this off. But as you see, not enough soil, so we can't. Do we really want to? I mean, don't know what the best thing to do is. Don't know why, like, we'd have to like remove bits here just to get more soil. It just seems silly. Right, so we're gonna. We could just smooth this off. So smooth this off here, like so. And what we're doing, we're actually creating like another sort of level. And I'll show you what I mean once I am done here. And smoothie, smoothie, smoothie. Smoothing, smoothing. And there we go. So that should now, yeah, it's created another level all the way along. Looks a bit too landscaped, but once we get a road in there and stuff, it should be okay. So get a road. We'll single roads here. And from pretty much this point onwards, we will curve it round. And then we will have a curved road. Actually, we'll curve it. Oops, that's not the bit I wanted to delete. 1 second, let me just connect this back up. Because we've just removed all the power and now there's no fresh water in the city. Okay. And water is important. So. Curve it all the way around. And like that. Right, so we've got a road that goes all the way across. Now, can we do that is the question. No, far too steep. There will be one way of doing it. There we go. I thought there was going to be one way of connecting it up because we don't want it just open. We could do the same from this side, actually. I think the road's relatively okay. Now, housing along here will be a bit of an issue, I must confess, because of just where it is and the inherent problems of getting there, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so housing, low density housing, and then essentially cover the lot, the whole thing. Up to a certain point. We're not going to go past about there. Alright, so all that is housing. We will change that to housing as well, if you want to put some housing there. These ones along this side, I think I'm just going to leave as like an open road, but I don't really know yet. What's that? That is... What, does not have a road to it? Police station, no road access. Okay. Now it has road access, there we go. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could do that. Would make sense. And, oh yes, of course, we haven't connected these up. These were connected up at one point anyway, so we should probably do that. Right. There's all of them connected up. The problem with down the bottom is essentially we've got no water or power. So we will run this all the way along. Like so. So that should be enough water and power there. Power is okay, but we do need some more. So I am going to annoy some more neighbours, annoy some more people around here by putting these in. And there. And I think it's only 2 megawatts over there. No, thank you. Then one near this bridge. I bet that looks cool near the bridge. It looks close is what it looks. Let's unpause it for a second. We'll have a quick look at our road. Look at that. All the way down. And then down here, got some traffic lights. We've got some shadows that pop up for some reason in front of us. And then we've got all this area that will eventually become homes. I don't know when, but yeah, they'll hopefully get all those homes and place them in. So we've got a lot of requirement for industrial, so let's resolve that. So we want to go over to these lane tabs. I'm going, which bit is it? Which bit is which? It's because of you know, the mods and stuff. So it is that single lane. Where is this standard one? That is large roads, 6 lane, 4 lane, and yeah, 4 lane is what we want. But we want a 4 lane with meridian, I believe. And we'll have a straight road all the way down. This will be industrial. All the way down there. Is that the same road? It is the same road. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Right, same again. All the way down. Now, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this, because as you can see, it's very, very cramped in, so we'll have to see. We'll put some roads connected up like so. Job done. Right. So over to industrial, and we'll place several industrial areas like so. And then along. Same thing down the bottom. Now, these small sections here, I don't think we'll get any people in, but we'll see what goes. If it does, it's fine. If not, then tough, I guess. Right. Once we've done this, there's a couple of things we need to do. We need to sort out our police, and in terms of fire hazards always high around these areas. I guess it's sort of understandable. What I'll do, I think, if we can connect this up, I will connect this up. Hang on, I'll delete that piece. That's not the piece I wanted. It is curvy road from there, and then over to there. Slope to sleep. I thought sleep. I keep saying sleep. I'm not tired or anything. It just happens. Right. Is there a way we can connect that up? There's not a way. It's just too steep. I mean, we should probably raise that land up anyway, because it's very up and downy. Now we'll sort it out later. Oh, probably not at all, to be honest with you. Probably the latter. Right, let's connect up some water. There we go. Power's all over there. That's fine. We've got a couple of buildings that are abandoned. I think. Are they abandoned? Abandoned. Yeah. I thought I had auto set for this one. There we go. They've gone now. Right. So, I think we'll have a connection of a single road, which will go from here to here, and we'll curve it off into probably there. Actually, do we need to? Because you go around and then you can go that way anyway, instead of connecting onto that. No, I think that's okay as is. That should be fine. So, fire safety is fine. Health is middling. We do probably need another hospital. We'll put it over there. Crime is low. Jail capacity is fine. In terms of education, you can see, yes, we're starting to get an issue now with secondary education once more. I'm guessing it's just because of the... It's just because, well, there's a lot of people, a lot more people in here. We'll put a primary school in, or what would you call it? What do they call it in this? It's elementary school. Yeah, it's a primary school in the UK. And we'll put it in... Not near the bottom there, because I don't want the kids to fall off the bridge. Put it there. Okay, we'll probably have to sort some bus routes out. Speaking of bus routes, these are still going, these ones, because there's certain bits I've deleted and overhauled, but it's automatically fixed it, so that's fine. That's great. Obviously, we've got like beta bus routes and stuff like one-way bus lanes. I'm not going to be using any of them because I don't fancy it breaking. We've also got metro stations, trains, all sorts of stuff. We've only got the one cab. I don't know whether we want to put like more cab stops. I'm not too sure. That's looking quite nice now, isn't it? Hey, look at that! I had to go and answer the door, and when I came back, our town is now busy, apparently. This is most good, I think. Right, so, we'll just close that, blah, blah. So, we've got, now what, 3,803 people. We're losing a bit of cash, but we do have some more policies. I'm going to go for a recycling straight away. We've got things like recreational drug use, extra insulation, and no electricity for heat. You can run like different heats and stuff. I haven't mentioned the temperature thing down the bottom. You can run these things here, which are like a water pipe with heating and like a boiler station. I really don't understand like why. I don't know of any city. I mean, I'm sure you can correct me, but I don't know of cities that have like heating pipes and stuff. It's like all locally generated at like your house. At your dwelling, so I don't know. Anyway, so we were sorting out electricity, which is actually okay. We could put another couple of these in. A couple of windmills. There's a couple of them. Obviously, we do want to then get ourselves some trees, because we've done that before, and we'll sort of cover these up so you can't really see them. That's what we want to do. All the way around like so. Put a couple of smaller ones in as well. I'm not really too bothered about putting specific trees in. As long as there's a tree in, then I don't really care too much. That's fine. Right, down the bottom, it's still obviously nobody's turning up to sort that out. But it's because we've got requirements for things like or commercial and industry. But the industry's getting built. And they're all shouting that they don't have people working there. But that'll get fixed at some point. We'll have a look at the chirper. Green energy, they're all shouting about that. That's good. Our vacation was extended, but could someone water the plants while we're gone? Right, okay. Wow, our town is becoming a real city. Yes, it is. New energy meters encourage citizens to conserve electricity. Right, so all good things. They're not saying, like, this city is crap. I really wish it wasn't here. Speaking of it wasn't here, I'm going to delete that bit there because we don't need it. Bit of road. Random road just placed in the middle of nowhere. So, what did we get access to in the last sort of updatey thing for busy town? City planning policies, more of different level buildings, so that's fine. Leisure and tourism upgrade buildings, oil industry specialization, tourism specialization, which gives us, what's that? Commercial zones. Oh yeah, you get commercial zones for tourism. Well, that's something we could put along here. Instead of homes. Oh, okay, they're already getting built. Right, pause a second. We could do that. We could go for a commercial zone all the way along this edge here. And I know there's a couple of buildings that we can place. Now, hang on, where is it? It is in... I'll have to find this correctly. Yeah, that look like a jetty. Like that, look. That go along this river. Which is, like, really cool. As well as, what's that? Like a marina? And stuff like that. We could put them there and then have like little roads down. Well, having roads down to it might be problematic. What's that one? That is a riding stable. Okay. That's a new one. Might be a little bit hilly to put it around here, but it could still go on. And we've got a skate park, which is cool. Which we haven't got. Could put a skate park in the centre of town. Why not? There you go. That'd be cool. And... I do like the idea of this jetty or like fishing tours along here. And then what if we did? What if we we'd have to zone it. Commercial zone and commercial get them as tourism specialization. Have all this as tourism. It might be a good idea to do that. I'm going to do that. Right. Okay. So I'm going to remove a lot of this that we've placed, but only actually we're going to be removing a specific side. So I'm going to remove all of the ones on... I'm going to remove it all that's on this main road. So if it's on the main road, it's going to get removed. Actually, it's probably easier just to do this and remove the lot for now. Because otherwise we'll be here forever. And then I'll redesignate it manually in a second. So we'll remove all that. Like so. And then we will designate this... Probably with a paint bucket tool. This is going to take a bit of time, this one. These sides here, the ones that connect to this main road, will have all of this as commercial. And the other side will be residential. We will keep that as residential. Alright, so we'll change all of this. Bit of manual work, I know, but you can't automate everything. There we go. And then around. Obviously, there's some parts like this where there's just nothing there to place because it's the too sheer. Alright, and then up to there. Right, these are still... They've still got houses on. We might change that, but I don't know yet. Well, they'll get deleted anyway. Right, so there's that sorted. And then around the back, we could put... I don't know, do we want all that as like a tourism area? No, I don't like that. I don't like that. We're going to have this back as housing and stuff. And we'll actually change all these back to housing as well. So it's like a little lakeside town as we come down. Lakeside, that's what we're going to call it, I think. And then all these will be housing. And starting to get repetitive strain injury from just mashing left kick constantly. And we'll get there eventually. But once we've sorted this, we have to district it, and then we'll put some manual things in as well. I won't pause it actually while they crack on, because otherwise they're just not going to turn up. Some little houses on here. Very little houses. Look at them. Little condos. And you don't realise the scale until you actually zoom like out and all the way in. Like these are actually fairly big houses when you compare them to like the tiny little houses like that. Look at it. I mean, they can still afford satellite. Right, so we'll go for a tourism specialisation. So commercial zones serve tourists. So we will, for a start, draw, paint a district, medium size. I don't think it matters if we go over the housing bit. I don't think it matters too much, to be honest with you. I'm going to alter this in a second, but we'll have that. Ah, crap. Paint that out. Right. So there's all that. Then we'll remove this bit. We'll curve it around and add a little bit more there. Because of it's sort of snapping all over, as you can see, just because of where it goes. Because of like the terrain, because it snaps to the terrain. So it's difficult getting it totally correct. But if we do this, so it's called Lafayette Square apparently, which we don't want. That's now a residential. And then actually what we want to do is rename it. Lakeside. And it's not Lakeside, it's Riverside, isn't it? We'll just call it Riverside. Alright. Policies, we could have... free public transport? No. I don't think there's any other stuff in terms of planning that we need to have on there. That'll do us. Right, so there's Riverside. And then we'll need things like jetties and such. So, what do we want? We could have a stable. I don't think that'll be great. We want things like... I don't think I want a jetty right next to the sewage plant either. This is where all the crap goes. There you go. So, jet ski rental, marina, restaurant pier. The restaurant pier sounds cool. But I think a couple of boating things. Fishing tours, jet ski rental, marina. Don't think a marina. Certainly not marina worthy. Fishing, perhaps. We'll put 3 in. I like that. And then fishing tours we could put next to it. We could. We'll put one there. You need roads, but I'm going to connect them in a moment. And that'll do us for now. Actually, we'll delete that one there. And then fishing tours. Oh, that's jet ski rental. Delete that one. Fishing tours about there. Right, so back to roads. And it's going to be 2-lane gravel road. No, 2-lane plain street. So that'll have to be from here. Actually, I can't see what the hell is going on. So we're going to change it to daytime. It's a bit better, but because we're in a valley, it's very dark anyway. You can alter other things as well, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so we'll have a road that goes... Is it probably too steep? And I'll have to connect up to there somehow. Like that. That goes down, that's fine. Similar thing from here. That's a bit of a nightmare, that place, isn't it? That is a bit of a nightmare. But we've got access to it, which is good. And then finally the one here, we'll have curving round. And probably up to there. Job done. Right, so power is non-existent. Water we'll have to connect up. Hang on. We got a problem. That's why it's not working. Power goes down to there. Power goes down to there. So why is there no water availability? Hang on. That's powered. Yes. And that is powered. But when it comes to water... Oh, we're on heating. Hang on. Oh, we should be okay. We are okay. That still needs a road. That doesn't need a road. Hang on then. I'll have to sort that out in a moment. And... That probably doesn't need... That doesn't need electricity. These will get electricity eventually, so I'm not too worried. Right. So, we'll delete a little bit there. And then road from here. And... like that. Now, that should have access. No, you definitely have road access. That has road access. No power yet. That doesn't have power either, but it definitely has road access because it's not shouting at me about it. So why does that not have road access? So as close as I can get this thing, hang on. Actually, it's probably best if I do come down from here. And curve it round. And then... that is as close as you can get it. Like, that is... right next to it. Okay, you're getting deleted. I'll come back and place that now. Right. Right, look, it's actually saying space occupied. There. Yay! Good. Right. That's in. So that's out of power. Those are out of power for reasons that, well, there isn't any power, I guess. Once the rest is all connected up, though, we should be okay. Close that down. Close that down. Let's start making sure that these areas are designated as the commercial, because this will be our nice little lakeside area. And we're not going to put... oh, but no, put this side as commercial. Why not? It's a nice little tourism area down the bottom here. So, that's okay. These are still shouting that they're out of power, but that will be fixed, obviously, once they get all sorted. Speaking of fixed, I'm still really need to fix that, don't I? Over to the terrain tools here. We do have loads of soil availability. So we can just go above. Fix all that. Hang on. Too strong. I want to reduce these down a bit. Smoothing that off. And we're just trying to sort this road out. Like that. And I think that's about right. Up there a bit maybe. Maybe a bit less. Yep, and then it goes down. And that was okay as well. Right. Just little finishing touches to that, which are much better. Obviously, these are actually got struts underneath. You can't see them now, but they were quite big when we started doing that. So, what the hell is that? That's a big hotel. Ah, Well, actually, that makes sense because of where it is. So this is Riverside. I don't know what other name we could have it as. Nah, it's Riverside. It's Riverside something or other. It's got a fairly decent amount of residential. And obviously people are going to hopefully move there because, well, there's no residential anywhere else. And industrial's okay. We do need to expand, though, for some more industrial. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to buying areas. I want to buy that bit there, which is a fair bit of money. There we go. And then I want to expand over to... Where do I want to expand to? I don't know. We've got a huge area here for industry. Now, I think what we'll do, we'll have this as like a forestry area. I think that's probably best. We'll have to alter the... We'll have to really mess around over here. This is where we've obviously got a lot of roads and such. We'll have to really change this and then connect it up to there. But this is, overall, I think, progressing quite nicely. It's not too bad. We do need to get, you know, more, like, power over to here. Oh, look, there's people here. There's people fishing. Oh, that's cool. I've never noticed that before. In fact, I don't even think I've built one of them ever before. That's pretty cool. Nice. What about over to our boatyard over here? I mean, I know it's not got no... Actually, that's quite... This is fishing trips. I don't know how you're going to get from the boat to there. It's quite high up, isn't it? That's a lot of... There's a lot of piles getting sunk into the ground there. Yeah, we're going to have to power them up, and we're going to have to run some electrical cable. Yeah, well, it is electrical. We're going to have to run some of this. It's going to alter a lot of stuff, actually, but whatever. It's worth it for the time. It's worth it just to power the thing up for now. And then it'll all change later on. So there's them powered up. At least it'll get people using them. Why is that not powered up? There we go. And there we go. It's all connected up. Fantastic. Right. And now these have started popping up as well. Job done. So we need to eventually, I think, go for industry. I think that's the next thing we're going to do. More commercial around here, more residential, expanding on over to... God, there's loads of... I mean, there's loads of places we can expand to. I mean, look at the size of the map. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be going all the way over there. Well, you never know. But so far, we are doing okay. Right, we're going to leave it there. Next episode, I will be doing probably the industry or whatever. And I think over the other side, over here, we'll need to sort out some more commercial. But, as always, comments in the comments, and we will change things based on what you say. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.